white can be better in this position. So not only did he survive what we thought was an unpleasant position, but he might be able to put pressure here. Like,
yeah, here now it really looks like white is enjoying his position, but if the black bishop is getting to f5 and black managed to activate himself, then it shouldn't be a real problem. However, the problem could be that whenever you start to activate, what would be activation, like attacking the h4 pawn with the rook from behind rook c1 or rook c2, rook h2, then suddenly white can go for an attack with king e5, king f6, playing for mating ideas. So probably black has to sit tight with a passive rook on c7 and just try to hang on, and maybe there is no way to progress for white, but definitely white is enjoying, and white will try to pose problems. I don't know if we can say like it's a huge surprise. We simply assumed that black was fine. Let's go back to this moment when knight b3 had been played. I mean, it feels like black should have a nice position here, but maybe we are also not entirely objective. I don't know.
I think we're objective. We could be very wrong, but it's not ill-willed.
Ah yes, no, in the yeah, that's that was just the wrong wrong wording. But yeah, somehow it's very hard to imagine that black has any problems here. But suddenly with all this knight c4, yeah, I did not like knight c4 because of the fact that white can exchange these rooks with rook f3. And
yeah, all of a sudden white gets space for all his pieces. Yeah, this rook goes away, the queen comes here.
Yes. I don't know, maybe this knight c4 was based on miscalculation or something, because suddenly it seems like he's able to get the coordination again.
I just cheated and switched on the computer for the first time.
And what is the
And the computer says equal, doesn't care. A5, queen b6, but it's already very computerish. Queen b6, rook e6, queen g1. So that's what happens when you switch on the computer. You think these lines are normal. 0-0, what's the problem?
Well, they are not normal at all, because in order to play like this, you really have to spend like half an hour. You have to rule out every other move out of the position, and then to understand that you can just give 2 tempi for nothing.
No, more normal way to play.
Yeah, king b1.
King b1 also.
And then what does computer suggest? Ah, okay, then more or less.
Bishop c8 or knight c4. Yeah. No, but it doesn't say that black is better.
Yeah. No, okay, basically it would also be unfair towards white. White came up with an interesting new idea. Okay, black reacted well, but all what white was doing was playing natural good normal moves. And why should actually it be suddenly a problem? Yeah. Okay, but it's a Najdorf.
I would expect Fabiano to have problems in the Najdorf.
In Najdorf, anything can happen. Yeah.
Anyway, for now, yeah, it seems like only white can be better. Draw must be a favorite, but I don't know. It feels easy to play with white, and once you have this passed pawn, black
really unpleasant. Yeah. Yeah, this will be a long game.
Let's have a look at...
It's all move per move, no? I mean, some king c6, a4, king b6, rook a8. I think this is very principled. And after king b7 that you have rook a5. It might not be so necessary, because you might just go rook d8.
Let's take your pawn. I want your pawn.
Ah, the pawn is hanging. I wanted to make some... okay, anyway, I go king e6. And it should be fine. King d5.
King d5. Yeah, once your king is active, it will be hard for me.
Yeah, it should be. King c6 played. Okay, it's normal. Because to be honest, I have just blundered that a4 blunders up. I mean that you can take with a knight. I thought that if rook takes, then it's a draw. And
maybe I can take immediately.
Yeah, maybe you can take immediately.
But then black has to lose the tempo.
Besides just a hypothetical question which has no related, I mean no point, but after a4 if I take rook a4, okay, I understand it blunders because of bishop d7 check and black might win. But I just wanted to discuss for 1 second that if you take, what is this endgame? Knight a4, bishop takes d3, king d6. Because not from this variation but from some of the other variations it might be important, because I see some dangers. If I go knight e5 check and I force you king g7, I go king e7, I go knight e6 check, knight e6 check, and if pawn endgame is lost, then if you move, then king f6 and knight f8 check, knight g6. So it can be really very dangerous.
Can you do that? Let's say
you mean you will always control my knight e5, king e7. Okay, you wait. Okay, I can do this.
Which check are you going for?
Okay, knight f, yeah. And then you will sit on g8, king f6, and you sit, yeah.
Draw, no? Knight f4,
knight
king
f4,
h7,
king h7, yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, it looks scary, but yeah, probably it.
But I can check here.
King f8, and then you just wait. Yeah.
Distance 4 to control the knight.
We learned all this already. Yeah, yeah, so probably draw, but something also to keep in mind, that even such a so-called completely empty or harmless position has some problem. I mean,
I'm
the
not
knight
sure
is,
if it's a draw, because this pawn is coming, no?
Yeah, this one. That's why I wanted to start this a4 counterplay as quickly as possible. I was not sure if but maybe I cannot push d4 because of a4.
Yeah, but
so
it becomes a race. Yeah, maybe king e7 was stupid. But,
okay, a6, d6.
Probably this king. So we'll get back to it later. We are now being joined by Fabiano Caruana and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, who finished their game peacefully. And
there was nothing peaceful about that.
Looked quite violent. What happened? Is h4, is this a new move? Or where does the action start?
I think so, but I mean, I think I looked at it, but this morning I felt...
It's definitely been played before somewhere in correspondence games, but...
Yeah.
But I mean, the position is so fresh that there weren't really many games. And
okay, I couldn't remember whether it's d5 or first knight c5, so I just thought, what the heck, let's play a move, but rook h3 was an unpleasant surprise.
I mean, bishop e1, then you'll probably play like b4.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered that both moves were possible, and both are very complicated, and unfortunately I couldn't remember much else. But I thought that rook h3 is a move I wanted to play.
Yeah. Anyway, I liked... I mean, I could start with b4, of course.
b4 I take, and then you want to take on f2 anyway.
Yeah, because if...
No, bishop b4, knight e4, and queen b3 is very dangerous.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, and white's idea of rook h3 is to take on e4 and play queen e2, rook c3, so... But yeah, b4 take and knight f2, but it should be the same. I mean, I don't think you have any other move after b4 in the game.
Yeah, it's about the same. No, here
f5 is just...
No, probably f5 isn't good, but I couldn't remember what I wanted. Because this was definitely checked, and then it's just
it was checked, because I thought it might not have been. This was my point.
No, I mean, this was one of the lines, and I realized it's so complicated over the board. Because, I mean,
if you play some waiting or half-waiting move like king b1,
b8. I thought this would only hurt me in the future. Although maybe this b5 isn't so dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean, somehow I felt white should play in a concrete way, because if I'm...
I mean, next you'll play like knight c5, queen b6, and...
Yeah, queen b6 maybe, yeah. Queen b6 could be an idea. And in general, if I regroup, actually after king b1, maybe rook c8 to play queen b6 is also an option. But anyway, f5 is definitely not the way to go. I mean, if I didn't miss anything, because in the game I'm just clearly better.
We thought you were better, yeah.
Yeah, my pieces are just working together perfectly.
No, f5 is probably not the move, but
yeah.
It's not easy to find a move here. Maybe something like rook. I was trying to play stuff like rook e3 to make f5, but then I wasn't sure about queen b6 and
yeah, queen b6 was the
f5, and you can start playing stuff like rook c8 or
yeah.
I'm not sure if my play is. It's probably slower than yours. Look,
I mean, it's a bit strange just if you don't have follow-up.
Yeah, I can try to
take and knight
G5
a4,
or maybe G5 here.
But G5 I would just take on C3, I don't know which piece, probably bishop still.
Pawn takes.
Yeah, then take on G5 and maybe knight C5 already.
I feel okay about my king at least. I mean, maybe I'll play G6 here.
Yeah, take on G6.
And
take on E6, maybe.
I mean, it looks at least more dangerous for black than for white.
Yeah, that's true. You have Queen G3 because I wanted some sort of consolidation, but maybe they're just not. I don't know. Just a position to play basically after Rook E3.
Yeah, again, I have so many options, but for F5 was just not good, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I was not exactly sure what you missed.
I mean, I saw this after castle, and I, for some reason, thought that G5 was dangerous.
Yeah, and G5, I mean, first of all, I can take, but H5 is also very much.
Yeah, H5, and I kind of just assumed there might be something here. But
what did we look at? Some Queen G2?
Yeah, well, we didn't really look at anything. This
I mean, I don't see where my play is. But maybe I should have done this, at least. And Queen G1, Rook E8, I think I should just take on F7 immediately. Because at least after Queen F7 now I have some Knight F5 stuff.
You sure? Because
yeah, maybe there's H5.
I thought Knight G4.
Knight G4, Bishop D3 I assumed was sort of some sort of compensation.
But maybe you also have Rook F3.
Yeah, maybe Rook F3 also.
But
I thought that H5 was strong.
H5 could be strong, yeah.
Because, I mean,
yeah,
things are falling apart. But yeah, I just really didn't like my position. After castle, I didn't see a move. And already at this point, I felt like I'm just trying to hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, here maybe I was a bit too lazy, but I missed Fabiano's 25th move. But because after Bishop E2, very interesting is taking on E6.
That's it.
Take on H5 and Rook C8. Because Knight E6, Queen A5 could very much hurt white if Knight F8, Rook takes E3. I assume is mate.
This looks like mate. Instead of Knight F8, can I make another move?
King B1, I would just take on C3 as well.
Yeah, it looks too dangerous to play.
But instead of Knight takes E6, I thought Bishop G4, and there he just stopped. Maybe wrongly so.
Can you take and play E5? E5 is 96. Right?
Yeah.
E5, 96,
Queen A5,
and
Knight F8.
Yeah.
I mean, you threaten Queen E6 check, so I have to lose some more time.
No, this is very unclear, at least.
Yeah. But, yeah, again, I mean, after G6, I assumed...
You can also play Rook E7 after Bishop H5. I spent some time trying to figure this out, because I was also very worried that I might just get run over. I wanted to play Rook F1 here.
I mean, some of this move didn't even cross my mind, but of course it's very logical.
Because if Bishop E2, I think Knight G6 is maybe just devastating.
Yeah. Yeah, should be, yeah.
And Rook F1, I thought at least I get the F file. For what it's worth. I'm not very happy about my position, but...
Yeah, maybe I have some sort of Rook C8, but... I mean, you still put up a fight, that's for sure. Maybe Rook C8 King B1 already.
Yeah, Knight C4...
Ah, yeah, Knight C4. Knight C4 is bad news. I mean...
King B1 is probably the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But maybe Rook E3 if it's possible. Although I'm very worried about Bishop C5 stuff.
You might also be worried about Knight C4.
Yeah, maybe also Knight C4 and Queen 8. But there.
Queen 6, Bishop C3.
Yeah, no, that's winning too.
So
maybe this was the right way to play.
Yeah, I mean I just didn't see Rook E7 because I mean it's not that I missed it. I just didn't consider it to be a serious move, but it is for sure.
And after G6, wasn't time to consolidate.
I thought Rook F1 was going to be played, but after Knight B3, suddenly I mean, I just assumed queen f2 would be devastating, but there you just take and rook e3, and maybe I'm just worse.
Yeah, this is a very strong thing. I mean, it looks terrible for white, but after knight b3, I didn't see anything which was so strong.
No, here we switched on the computer during the break because we also thought black had to have something. The computer says 0-0 here. He's like,
Yeah. I mean, I've
And
spent some time in the position.
a5 was our main move.
Yeah, but I didn't like something. I wouldn't be able to tell you what, but...
King b1.
Yeah, King b1, that was the 0-0.
I mean, a4, I didn't see why the a file would kill me.
Yeah, it shouldn't. No, I just assume knight c4 is, you know, you admit you've made a mistake and you're just quite safe, but... I don't know, in the game I actually thought I got in some trouble.
I was expecting queen f8 here instead of rook f8.
But queen f8 I didn't like take and queen b6.
Yeah, but it's a draw, right? I mean, I just...
Yeah, I know.
cb3, queen g6, queen h5, and...
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting this to be the end of the game. Or
well, I mean, I was not... I mean, I was quite ready to admit the fact that I was not better, but not enough to admit that I have to somehow force a draw.
Well, and after queen d4, I was a little bit optimistic. Because I thought the ending could be unpleasant.
Yeah, my first idea actually was to play rook f2, but then I noticed you have... I mean, takes.
Yeah, but then I'll just play bishop d3.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can play rook e8 to try to get the same thing.
But rook e8, bishop c4.
Yeah, take.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
And bishop d6. I mean, it's definitely not the same, but...
Yeah, because you get king b1,
I thought maybe knight c5 here, and then bishop c8 probably. Knight e4. Actually, maybe it's just bad for you.
Yeah. Which is why I meant it's not the same. But then I saw rook c8 and I assumed, okay, I'm just going to hold quite easily because...
Yeah, knight e5 is just a draw, I guess.
Yeah, knight d5, bishop d5, rook d5, knight d3,
yeah,
bishop a6, rook c2, king b1, and knight d5.
And knight e3, knight f5.
Yeah, actually, maybe black is very slightly better. But I mean, like, I might get a pawn up endgame, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's a draw, of course, yeah.
It's possible. You might get bishop and pawn.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, but I thought that I was oppressing a bit in this knight against bishop, but it's probably really nothing.
I mean, at first I thought it's a very easy draw, but then I realized I had to be sort of careful.
Oh, you were?
I assume I was, but you know.
Instead of knight c5, I didn't see anything else. I mean,
yeah.
maybe
yeah,
like
knight c5 is the minimum, of course.
Rook b8, you just play rook b7, right?
Yeah. No, rook b7 is enough.
I even thought, I mean, it's kind of interesting if you played rook b7 the move before.
Yeah,
because I spent some time thinking about it, and then I thought...
I think it's... I mean, I think it should objectively be a draw, but... I mean, take, bishop takes, knight c5,
yeah,
bishop c8, king d5,
king f7,
king d6,
and a5.
No, wait, I wasn't sure about king d6, because now d4, bishop h3, d5, bishop g2.
I kind of assumed you could put the bishop on c2. Just bishop f5, c2, and then...
I didn't like this. King c7.
a4, d6, yeah.
And a3, I mean
a3, d7. Yeah, that's gonna be... Well,
that was...
maybe a draw, but who knows.
I mean, no, surely a draw, actually, now that I have the position, but...
But yeah, you don't want to go for it, I guess.
Yeah.
I should have a queen pawn, sometimes it takes the thing a while. That was a mistake.
And still there's queen d5 checks and knight e6 check, and...
No, this is scary.
Yeah.
This is very scary. But in any case, I mean, there's no reason for you to go for it.
Yeah, of course not.
So after king f7, knight c5.
And here I was going to play rook c4 at first, but then
I thought you wanted rook a4 as...
Rook a4, I thought bishop d7.
Yeah, bishop d7.
Rook a3, a4, and that.
Yeah.
Or maybe king e7 first, I don't know.
Yeah, but rook c4, I assumed I can go the same, bishop d7.
Yeah, that's why king d6, bishop e5, rook f4, king g8. I started to worry that I might, get worse and lose this.
I mean, I do have a pawn.
So I thought rook f4, kind of just, it's obvious that every line is a draw now.
Yeah. Yeah, even if white managed to exchange rooks, he would need to get his king to e6, which he doesn't manage.
And the problem is if I take on a4, the move e4, you don't take on d3, and you start going with king d6.
Yeah, but
and
I can even take on d3.
Yeah,
it's still a draw.
It's a draw, but you might start playing.
No, after king b6.
King b6.
Okay, e8, okay, e4.
Yeah, take and now king d6.
I wanted king d6, of
course. Or king e6, and black will try to win this, I guess.
Yeah.
Although it's probably going to be a draw.
It should be a draw, but of course. Yeah.
So Fabiano, your score against the Najdorf is not very good, yet you keep going for it. Why not give it a check?
I did do that against Maxime once.
Yeah, you did.
I also tried f3 instead of knight c3. I mean, I've tried a lot of stuff against Maxime. But wait, my score in the Najdorf doesn't seem too bad to me. I mean, I won like my last 5 games in it.
Yeah, that helps. Like before, it wasn't very good. Fair enough.
It might not be the best, but I think at least recently it hasn't been too bad.
Now, Peter kept explaining to me that if you're a principal player, there's no choice but to keep fighting for it. Yeah?
Okay, I mean, I had some sort of idea today, so I thought...
I mean, at some point I had excellent results with the Najdorf, and I lost a couple of games, but that didn't stop me from still keeping making the same mistake of, you know, not enjoying the Berlin and stuff.
Fabiano, are you following any sports? I know with this guy I can't talk basketball, but are you following football or basketball or any of those?
No.
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Any vices, TV shows, movies? What are you doing all day?
Movies, yeah, movies are a vice, for sure. Movies and games are a vice. Only one game, actually.
No, actually, we have Live on coming, so we're going to have to wait. What was the game recommendation? Just give it to us quickly.
It's Plants vs. Zombies. You
should know
there
you go.
You should know it.
Beautiful. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. See you tomorrow.